want to talk a little bit about personal accountability versus personal responsibility. One of the main ways we become adults is by taking on personal responsibility. And we see this all over the place, starting to pay bills, starting to follow all the tasks that we're supposed to do to be an adult. And it's hard. It often begins somewhere in college for most kind of people in the US, but the reality is that responsibility is only one half of the equation. And that's the one that we're generally taught. So if you're the type of person that feels like you're kind of drifting and you end up in situations in which you're struggling to face the reality of your actions, or you're feeling like you've made decisions and you frequently regret or are frustrated by those decisions, I'm going to talk to you about personal accountability. So the idea behind this is that you as a human being have choices, and those choices have consequences. So if you sign up for a cell phone plan and you're on the hook to paying your bill is your responsibility. But by signing up for that plan, you're accountable to that decision that you've made. And if getting out of that plan turns into a challenge and it takes you months and you're frustrated, I mean, gyms are the classic example of this, we end up in this weird double bind in which we're frustrated with our past selves. We don't believe in what we've done in the past, that it's not what we wish we had done. And rather than taking the corrective actions in the present, which often means calling people on the phone to have a discussion with someone that's going to try and talk us out of it, or having a difficult conversation with a friend or a loved one. Whatever the situation is, being accountable to what you've done in the past, to the choices you've made, is the true measure of adulthood, of transitioning from that phase of being a child into being a grown-up. And it's hard, frankly. There's no magic shortcut to solving this kind of internal struggle that we feel, because it's going to be difficult. And taking solace in the fact that everyone from time to time struggles with personal accountability is a good starting point. But the step that you can take today, thing that you can start doing, and the thing that honestly I have to remind myself of every few months, is that when I've committed to something, when I've made a decision that I'm going to follow through with something, it's on me to have to make the changes necessary to move my life into a different direction. And it's also on me to correct any decisions I've made in the past that I no longer believe in today. So there's no silver bullet, but understanding that when you start to take that corrective action, when you accept the responsibility, Jocko Willink calls it extreme ownership, but it's really just accountability. And when you accept your accountability in situations, it changes everything. You feel good. It's the reason that when you need to have a hard conversation with someone, whether it's your boss or a loved one, after the conversation, you always feel better. Even if the outcome didn't go the way you wanted, the internal space that you're holding to try and have that conversation feels way worse. It causes anxiety, it causes stress. So go out, be accountable, good luck. We're all doing this human thing together, and I believe in you. Have a great day.